What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. I have not done a little chatty get ready with me. I'm definitely going to be sharing the products that I'm using because whenever I do a get ready with me, I always end up going back on the video and like answering questions about the products. So it's going to kind of be like a tutorial slash summer look, but also chatty and get ready with me because I have to get ready today and I figured why not film a video. Welcome to the shit show. I'm just kidding. Anytime I want to do like a kind of glam but still simple look, I like to use a lot of like cream based products and things that are very like glowy for the summertime. So keep that in mind. I do have very dry skin and I already put the Tula 24/7, no, not 24/7, sorry, the plumping and moisturizing or plumping and firming moisturizer, and I'm going to prep my skin with my tried and true, look, it's disgusting, and also don't judge my nails, I rip them off. I literally don't even know why I put fake nails on because I literally rip them off within 24 to 48 hours. It's ridiculous. Like you would think I would learn by now and I don't. So this is the original face filter blurring and moisturizing primer. They came out with some different like colors that are slightly tinted, although I will say they're not like very tinted. They have a really sheer tint to them. They're like upgraded formula, but I still think the universal or the original is the best one. That's just my personal preference, and I use it even if I'm not wearing makeup, because like I don't know if you can see, but I just feel like that primer really makes your skin look just like nice and fresh and smooth and kind of a little bit of a glow. It's great. It's my OG favorite. So I apparently lost this Patrick Ta brow lamination thing. Not like the full brow lamination, it was just like a little pen that I guess you kind of like brush your brows up with, and I really want to try it, but I don't know what the heck happened to it. So I'm using the Anastasia Brow Wiz, and then I'm just gonna go in with some NYX brow glue. I don't really like the fully fluffed up look because I feel like you kind of get a little bit caterpillar looking if you do it too much, you know, like that. Oh, hey buddy. So I brush it up a little bit, but then I still kind of slant them towards the outer part of my brow. So not like directly straight up, you know, like I don't brush against the hair, but just a tad so that it kind of looks a little bit more full, but still shaped, you know what I'm saying? I think I'm gonna do actual foundation today. I was gonna do CC cream, but changed my mind. Let's do the Anastasia foundation Luminous, and this is in the color 320N. Might be a little light for me right now because I was outside this past weekend, but we're gonna do it anyway. This pump on this thing sucks. Do you see that? This is such a disaster because it just doesn't pump properly. So I wanted to mention this in this chatty get ready with me because it's been something that I've been thinking about lately since being on social media for a very long time. And this is by no means like a pity party or anything to just be like, oh my gosh, feel bad for me, because I totally understand how privileged and fortunate I am to even have a platform at all. So please don't take it that way. But one thing that I've been noticing, and I don't know if it's just like recently, as there's been like so many new cosmetic procedures and new things, new standards, I guess, but I view myself, and I don't know if I could speak for everyone, but I feel like in particular women on social media lately, I view myself in such a different light these days. Like I rip my physical appearance to shreds since being on the internet. And there are things about myself that like I would have never noticed had, you know, the hate people, the comments and the blog talkers and all that, had they not pointed it out, I probably would have never noticed it, because like normal people in real life would never say that kind of stuff to your face. It's had like this trickle down effect over the last, I'd say, 2 years for me in particular, where I feel like I am chasing after this completely unattainable, fake, and very expensive, might I add, beauty standard. And you know, you might be thinking, well then Manders, why don't you just stop? And here's the problem. Ever since doing that, like, okay, I'll put a disclaimer as well on this. If doing these things like makes you feel better about yourself, then by all means continue to do you, boo. You know, like I don't think there's anything wrong with getting Botox, filler, whatever, as long as you're not lying to your audience about it. But what I've noticed for me personally is, although it might make me feel better in the short term, I am so incredibly difficult on myself for absolutely every little teeny tiny minor physical imperfection. And I don't know if that's the combination of just like being on social media in general and being like exposed to so many extremely beautiful and like seemingly perfect women. But oh my gosh, I feel like I freaking went and got Invisalign, like they're gonna put the things on my teeth next week, because I kept getting comments about the crooked smile and like, oh my god, her mouth is so crooked and blah blah blah, that I couldn't unsee it. So I was like, well damn, I don't have my retainer and I don't want my teeth to get worse because they were already shifting. So I freaking went and got Invisalign. Side note, just to put on so I don't forget, I used the Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer underneath my eyes and set it with the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. Then I'm going to take another beauty blender with some Tarte cream bronzer to contour. Anyways, so my point is, not that I'm doing those things for like other people per se, like it's not that I want other people to change their mind, because they're gonna, you know, hate on me for literally anything I do, anything I buy, anything I do, anything I say. Like there's just always going to be that core group of people who are going to spend their life judging mine. And it's not that, like I don't want to change their mind, but the problem is these things are getting in my mind. So now anytime I would like see a picture of myself or like, you know, whatever it might be, a YouTube video that they were taking the screenshots of old YouTube videos and comparing it to new YouTube videos and saying that like I looked 45 years old and blah, blah, blah and all this stuff. And all these like critiques, I'm like, oh my God, I never noticed that. I never noticed I looked like XYZ, whatever. And then I get like so down on myself. And I'm like, holy shit, this is so unhealthy, because we're all just chasing after this like fake shit. Because I only look like, you know, I don't have wrinkles because of Botox, and my lips are only juicy because of filler. Know what I'm saying? And like, oh my God, I just did not realize how toxic that beauty standard is. And then it's like once you start doing it, you feel so confident in yourself that like you can't even go back to being normal. Well, I mean, I could, but I choose not to, because I feel so much more, you know, confident in my appearance. Oh my God. You know, like not like I'm a celebrity or anything, but I do totally understand why some of them reach like a complete breaking point and they're just like, I'm not doing this anymore. And they just like completely change their appearance, or they seemingly go off the deep end or whatever. I feel that, you know, because some days I'm just like, damn, what am I even trying to compare myself to, you know? Just as a friendly reminder, it's rough out here in the streets. No, just kidding. But like, it is really a lot of standards in order to like feel beautiful and confident, and it's a very privileged, because not everybody can afford to get Botox and filler or cosmetic procedures. BBLs are very popular these days, also extremely dangerous nonetheless. It's a weird time to be in as a social media person, you know? It's just very strange, and I'm seeing these things in a whole new light the more followers I gain and the more I grow as a person. So I just wanted to share that, because I don't think people realize how much, like, you know, they make fun of people for changing their appearance and they compare them to their past self and they do all this and they rip that person to shreds. But chances are that person's doing that because they're already ripping themselves to shreds. I talked about this in my vlog last week, saying about like how, you know, I just don't like forehead wrinkles. Well, truthfully, the reason I don't like them is because people on the internet pointed it out to me and made me feel insecure about it, which made me then have this like very negative connotation about forehead wrinkles. You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why. And I just feel like after thinking about that, like taking a step back and being like, that's not normal. Most people in real life who are not exposed to this type of toxic social media behavior do not deal with this. So anyways, that's my rant of the day. I went and highlighted with the Benefit Cookie Highlighter, and I just kind of buffed everything out with a beauty blender. If you wanted to, you can totally bake if you feel like it's just a little bit too blown out and not sculpted. So I like to use this little Morphe angled beauty blender. I really like using beauty blenders for pretty much anything. You're gonna wet it, and then we're going to just kind of like carve out a little bit of the cheekbones, you know? Because the carved cheekbones are the look. Basically, you're just gonna take this angled part and just kind of like curve it downwards. Go like this. Go this way, do the same thing. We're gonna let it sit. If you wanted to do a lip, you totally could. I'm honestly just gonna do kind of a colored gloss because I don't wanna do any actual lipstick today because this is just like an easy, fresh summer glow look, okay? Because I'm not doing like an actual eyeshadow look, I do wanna recommend this because I love Thrive Cosmetics. I like their CC cream a lot, but this is their little eye brightening pencil thing. And they're always out in the colors, but this is in the color Aurora. And so it's basically just like a little crayon. And if you're somebody who's like a beginner in makeup, or you just like don't really want to do a full look and you only have a little bit of time, this is so awesome because you can literally just drag this, like legit color your eyelid. And it just brings a little bit more brightness to the eyes, looks a little bit more put together. And speaking of eyes, I have Lashify F14 on my inner corners and F16 on the outer corners. I don't take it up into the brow bone. I literally just leave it on my eyelid like this. You can't really tell because of the lashes, but in person you can definitely see it a bit more, and it just kind of like a little bit more illuminating and bright. You know what's funny, like the irony about the whole thing I was just talking about is that it literally doesn't matter like what you do at all, because before the comments were like, oh my god, she looks so old, she looks so washed up from her years of tanning and her sun damage and her wrinkles, blah blah blah. So then like I went and got the stuff to, because now I'm insecure, so I get the things to make myself feel better about it. And then the comments are the same thing, but because I got the stuff done. So it's like, oh my god, she looks 45 and why did she do that to her face? Maybe if people were not so damn mean and pointed out people's flaws, maybe we wouldn't feel the need to change our body so much. Now listen, I'm not saying everyone's like this, but I'm just being honest about how I feel about it, because I don't think that you guys realize sometimes, well not you, but some of the not so nice people, that I'm just as hard on myself as you bitches are, okay? So I already know. All right. Like when I was in elementary school, can't see it now because I actually somewhat have boobs, but as a prepubescent child, I did not. And my ribs stuck out because they're just like angled outwards. I just have very like wide rib cage. I don't know. And the kids in elementary school used to make fun of me so bad for this. Like they used to call them my boobs, like my ribs. They would be like, oh my God, your boobs are sticking out. But it was really my rib bones. And for whatever reason, I became so insecure about that. And to this day, I still think about the people that made fun of me for that. Isn't that crazy? As a, I don't know, 9-year-old. Wild, absolutely wild. And the same concept is kind of going on social media now, right? Like, except for it's just, they're pointing these things out to you via the internet. And then you're like, oh, wow, I didn't realize that. It's almost like high school again, but online and anonymously, which is even weirder. All right, I'm gonna take a Morphe setting spray. Gonna kind of buff everything together. So I lost the color of this Dose of Colors lip gloss, and I don't know what it is, but it's one of my all-time favorite, just like pinky lip glosses, but it has a little bit of color in it, so it kind of brings a little life to your lips. Also, side note, I got a chemical peel, and every single time I get a chemical peel, I burn right here on my freaking mustache. So if you like see darkness, it's not hair. I mean, I do have hair there that I get dermaplaned, but it's because I got a burn. So we're just gonna ignore that. So that is the easy summer look / me ranting about social media sustainable beauty standards. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. If you guys enjoyed this video, I just really wanted to film a little quick and easy tutorial because I really like this summer look. It's just like very soft, but still you look kind of put together. And if you really wanted to add some more glow, you could do like a super illuminating setting spray. You could put some more highlight on your inner corner. You can do little things to just kind of zhuzh it up a little bit, but this is just kind of what I like to do for an everyday look if I am getting ready and doing my hair and makeup. So that is the look. Hope you enjoyed. I also have to go film another video today, so I'm going to do that. But that's all I have for you in this video. As always, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and click subscribe. Leave me your comments down below. I do love you guys so much, especially those of you who have been around for a while. Your support is so appreciated. So I just want to make sure you always know that. And I will see you in my next video.